Welcome, JLPT warriors. Today, we're dissecting the kanji for man, dan, or otoko. Rice field on top, power on the bottom. Seems innocent enough, right? Just a dude doing some farming. But kanji is never that simple. Is it just agricultural labor, or is there a darker, more ancient secret buried in the mud? Let's plunge into the abyss. What's your first instinct? A peaceful farmer humming while tending his crops? Or maybe a pure flex of muscle? Or perhaps it's something a bit more sinister, like a slave shackled to the land. History is written by the victors, and kanji was written by the ruling class. Let's see why they mashed field and power together to define half the human race. To hack your JLPT kanji, you must become an anatomical surgeon. We need to dissect this character into its basic organs, the radicals. By tearing man apart, we can reverse engineer the psychology of ancient civilizations. Think of it as a 3,000-year-old cold case. Put on your gloves. It's time to examine the evidence. Exhibit A, the top component, ta, the rice field. Sure, it looks like a quaint little four-pane window, but don't let it fool you. In the ancient world, a rice field wasn't just dirt. It was real estate. It meant order, territory, and cold, hard cash. Controlling ta meant you were management. It's the ultimate symbol of structured, unyielding power. Exhibit B, the bottom component, chikara, meaning power. Looks like a bicep doing a gym flex, doesn't it? Well, unfortunately for the bros, archaeologists say it actually depicts an ancient, heavy farming tool, a plow. Wielding this bad boy required spine-crushing physical strength. It wasn't about looking good, it was about sheer, brutal survival. Mash them together, and Theory 1 emerges, the manager of the land. Picture a boss standing smugly over his vast fields, holding the plow not to sweat, but to rule. In agricultural societies, whoever controlled the calories controlled the kingdom. This version of man is all about status, authority, and cornering the ancient grain market. But let's look at the flip side, the muscle perspective. Imagine a poor guy carrying the crushing weight of the entire rice field on his back. Suddenly, we aren't looking at the CEO, we're looking at the unpaid intern. This reflects the harsh reality where a man's worth was literally measured by his horsepower in the mud. Welcome to the ancient gig economy. So who is the real man? The wealthy manager or the exhausted laborer? Plot twist, it's a terrifying hybrid. The kanji captures the entire spectrum of ancient masculinity, whether you possessed the high status to manage the land or merely the brute strength to work it. Management plus labor equaled your identity. No pressure, right? Okay, enough history. You have a JLPT to pass, and rote memorization is a soul-crushing waste of time. We need a visual hook, something so absurdly vivid it gets permanently tattooed on your prefrontal cortex. I'm about to give you a mnemonic hack that you couldn't forget even if you tried. Ready to upgrade your brain? But first, a rapid time jump. Look at the evolution over 3,000 years. From scratches on turtle shells, yes, they literally tortured turtles for this, to bronze weapons, up to today's font. The field and the plow have survived the collapse of entire empires. You are memorizing a fossil that refuses to die. Here is your JLPT cheat code. Imagine a ridiculously buff guy flexing under a window. The top field is the four-pane window. The bottom, power, is his massive flexing bicep. Just picture some narcissist showing off his gains right below a window for everyone to see. Flexing under the window equals man. You're welcome. Now for the promised dark twist. Notice how the power is trapped directly beneath the field? Some scholars argue this is the exploited machine, human energy violently crushed by the relentless demands of the agricultural industrial complex. The man is just a fleshy battery for the land. Suddenly, your 9-to-5 office job doesn't look so bad. Let's play a morbid game. What happens if you decapitate the field and take the power away? What remains? You lose the essence of the character, and you're left with a fragmented nightmare. Kanji components are delicate. Remove one stroke, and you go from a perfectly respectable word to a horror movie poster. Speaking of horror, Meet Teke Teke, Japan's favorite half-body urban legend. Look at our kanji. If the field is the torso and power is the legs, what happens when they split? The bottom radical looks exactly like a pair of disembodied legs sprinting towards you. Good luck unseeing that during your exam. Time for some cynical philosophy. In the ancient world, did value equal utility? Absolutely. If you couldn't pull the plow, you were socially bankrupt. The character reduces male existence to a brutal economic output. You are only as good as the horsepower you provide. It's a harsh truth, permanently encoded in strokes of ink. But before we get entirely depressed, let's find the silver lining. Strength requires responsibility. The man isn't just trapped under the field, he is supporting it like Atlas. He carries the weight of society on his shoulders. Power without purpose is just a gym selfie. True strength is defined by the heavy burdens we choose to lift. Let's nail the pronunciation for that listening section. The onyomi is dan. This sound screams group structure and hierarchy. Think dan-shi for young men or dan-sei for adult males. When you hear dan, imagine a disciplined army of men building empires or just intensely coordinating a corporate drinking party. Then there's the other reading, nan. This one is all about bloodlines and family order. Chonan, the eldest son. Jinan, the second son. In patriarchal history, your birth order dictated your destiny. Nan is the sound of heavy familial expectations echoing through generations. Try not to let the pressure get to you. Let's wrap up this crime scene. We took field and power. We met the arrogant manager, the exhausted muscle, and the heavy plow. We got chased by Teke Teke and survived ancient economic philosophy. All these massive concepts are densely packed into one single elegant character. Field plus power equals man. Boom! You haven't just memorized a kanji, you've survived a 3,000-year historical thriller. This is how you conquer the JLPT, not by staring at flashcards, but by unlocking the dark, fascinating stories hidden inside the strokes. If your brain enjoyed this bizarre ride, subscribe. Let's crack the next kanji code together.